Have you ever wondered how an ordinary man managed to build one of the biggest business empires in history? Sam Walton wasn't born into a billionaire family. He didn't inherit a fortune. And he didn't discover some secret shortcut to success. In fact, there was a time when he struggled to keep a single small store alive. Yet years later, he created Walmart, a company worth hundreds of billions of dollars. The shocking part is that the habits which made him successful are completely different from what most people believe. While everyone else was chasing quick money, Sam Walton became obsessed with understanding something far more powerful. That single mindset quietly changed his life forever. Most people believe becoming rich starts with making more money. Sam believed the opposite. He believed wealth begins with solving real problems for ordinary people. Every morning, while competitors focused on making bigger profits, he walked through small towns, watched how families shopped, and noticed tiny problems nobody else cared about. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" he asked, "How can I make life easier for my customers?" That one question slowly became the foundation of an empire that changed retail forever. Most people think Walmart became successful because it sold cheap products. That's only half the truth. The real reason was far more psychological. Sam Walton understood that customers don't just buy products, they buy trust. Every time someone walked into one of his stores and found exactly what they needed at a lower price than expected, their brain created a simple connection. Walmart saves me money. That feeling kept bringing people back again and again. While other businesses tried to maximize profit on every sale, Sam focused on maximizing the number of customers who returned. He knew one loyal customer was worth far more than one expensive purchase. This strategy looked foolish to many business owners. Competitors laughed at him because his profit margins were lower than theirs. Investors questioned his decisions because they believed he was leaving money on the table. But Sam wasn't building a business for 1 year. He was building a business for the next 50 years. Every small decision was made with the future in mind. That's the difference between people who chase income and people who build wealth. One thinks about today's paycheck, the other thinks about tomorrow's empire. As Walmart expanded into new towns, Sam Walton refused to behave like a billionaire. Instead of flying around in luxury jets every day, he often drove himself, visited stores without warning, talked directly to employees, and asked customers what frustrated them most. These conversations gave him information that no business report could ever provide. Every complaint became an opportunity to improve. Every mistake became a lesson. Every lesson made Walmart stronger than before. But the biggest turning point in Sam Walton's life wasn't opening another store. It was changing the way he thought about competition. While other companies spent their energy trying to beat each other, Sam spent his energy trying to understand his customers better than anyone else. He believed competitors could copy prices, store designs, and products, but they could never copy a deep understanding of people's behavior. That mindset became Walmart's greatest advantage. Every successful business leaves clues, and Sam studied those clues everywhere he went. Whenever he visited another store, he didn't go there to criticize it. He walked through every aisle, observed how products were displayed, watched where customers stopped, and noticed what made people hesitate before buying. He carried a small notebook and wrote down ideas constantly. To most people, it looked like ordinary shopping. To Sam, it was free business education. This habit of learning from everyone, even competitors, quietly separated him from almost every entrepreneur around him. Most people wait until they have enough money before taking action. Sam Walton did the exact opposite. He took action first, learned from mistakes, improved the system, and allowed success to grow over time. He understood something that many people never realize. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after repeated action. Every small improvement made him a little stronger, and over thousands of small decisions. Those tiny improvements turned into one of the largest companies on earth. The strange part is that nothing he did looked extraordinary in a single day. There was no magical moment, no overnight success, and no hidden shortcut. His empire was built one decision at a time, one customer at a time, and one improvement at a time. That's why most people never notice the real path to wealth. They're looking for one giant opportunity, while ignoring hundreds of small opportunities, happening every single day. By the time the world finally called Sam Walton a billionaire, he had already spent decades doing the same simple things over and over again. He kept listening when others stopped listening. He kept learning when others believed they already knew enough. Most importantly, he never allowed success to make him comfortable. While many business owners celebrated every victory, Sam treated every success as the starting point for the next improvement. That mindset is what separated him from millions of people who only dreamed about becoming rich. Here's the lesson most people completely miss. Building wealth isn't about finding one perfect idea. It's about solving one real problem, improving one small system, and repeating that process for years without giving up. The people who become millionaires don't think differently because they're rich. They become rich because they started thinking differently long before anyone noticed them. They don't chase money every single day. They build something so valuable that money naturally follows. The truth is, almost everyone wants the results, But very few people are willing to live through the boring process that creates those results. That's why most people stay exactly where they are. They quit after a few failures, they chase the next shortcut, or they compare themselves to people who have been building for decades. Sam Walton proved that consistency will always beat excitement in the long run. So the next time you think success belongs only to lucky people, remember this story. One ordinary man didn't build a billion-dollar empire because he was born special. He built it because he refused to stop learning, refused to stop improving, and refused to think like everyone else. Maybe the biggest thing standing between you and success isn't your income, your background, or your opportunities. Maybe it's simply the way you think today. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn the real psychology behind wealth, success, and the habits of billionaires, subscribe now because the next story might completely change the way you think about money.